As we head into the spending season, saving a couple of dollars here and there can help out the budget immensely. So we've asked one of Perth's best finance experts for the best financial advice he's been given. And I'm pleased to welcome Randall Stout from Fitzpatrick's Private Wealth. So let's get straight to it, Randall. What's the number one thing to put extra money into your super?
Yes, Emma. Emmy, I've never had one client come to me in 17 years saying, I've got too much superannuation and I don't know what to do with it. Now, superannuation provides, I know it's boring, most people don't give a hoot, let's be honest. The research says people don't give a hoot about their superannuation until the value of their superannuation is more than the value of their car, funny enough. Now, it is the best vehicle to provide a retirement income. And I did some figures for some grads, a long time ago. If you start out with a very small amount of super and you add in an extra 3% over, a 30-year working life, the difference was $600,000. So a little bit extra that you don't miss builds it up.
Yeah, absolutely. It does compound. Now, number two, you can save a bit of money every pay. How much? The percent is about 10%, is it?
Well, my dearly departed father told me to save 10%. And if you think about it, 10% saved over, let's say, a 30-year working life is a lot of money. And if on top of that, you've got your employer contributions of 9.5%, you're actually saving 19%, which is going to put you into a position where you can choose to work or not, or you can go part-time. And I think most people want those choices.
Good advice. Now, this is an interesting one. Don't use credit card for points. Why is that?
Well, firstly, Emmy, I have to ask you a question. Have you ever received a letter from your credit card company saying, would you like to increase your limit?
I think we all get that quite regularly.
Right. Now, that is a damaging letter. So when you get those letters, throw them in the bin. So I like to use a credit card like a debit card. So every fortnight, money goes off it. It doesn't rack up because when they write that letter to you, you're normally at your max. And trust me, you don't want to be paying 22% interest on one of those credit cards.
Fair enough. And your fourth tip is to save up for holidays.
Yeah, I love a second account. There's nothing better than having a holiday and actually putting the money down for the flights or the accommodation and not having to pay it off when you get back, because that is no fun.
And finally, don't borrow more than you can afford. Is that for everything?
Yeah, well, hopefully not for shoes and hopefully not for a suede coat or something. But if you borrow money to buy a house, just be mindful, interest rates are really low right now. Imagine they jack up 3%. So don't fully commit your cash flow. If you can barely afford the repayments right now, you're going to be in for a bit of a rude shock in the next 2 to 3 years.
So put a bit of a buffer in place.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great advice. Randall Stout, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Emmy.